I haven't heard that intro in a minute. It's like been forever.
I was just laughing at the countdown.
Oh, the countdown? Yeah, if you got Tourette's or like seizures or some shit, like we don't care.
Tourette's?
We are a seizure. What are you talking about?
We caused the seizures.
Oh, look, crack.
Oh, look, crack. Hey, y'all.
See, I'm still laughing about the ping pong balls. Would you stop that? Where did you get those? What are those, man? Stop it.
What the fuck? The PBDC Collective spitting ping pong in your face.
Dizzy, you can sit with us.
Yes.
Yes.
It's already been decided.
You're one of us. One of us. One of us.
Google gobble. Google gobble. I love the Ramones. Anyway,
for the record, he and I do have a special in the works.
Yay.
So
who? You and Hexus or you and Joey Ramone?
Joey Ramone.
Joey Ramone.
That's going to be amazing. It's like he hasn't been with us in years.
Unless you have a.
I wonder if he's going to have a lot to say.
I think so.
Probably
you know, if you get Marky Ramone to grow his hair out, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, he didn't want to be buried in a pet cemetery.
No, he did not.
That is my favorite Ramone song. No joke. You just put it in my head. It's no different than putting Africa in my head by Toto right now.
Oh, stop it. What about the one singing Chicken?
The what?
Oh,
it's okay.
Remember Africa sang by a rubber chicken?
Yes.
Oh, it's great.
Yes. So,
Wait. Before we start, we got to do the intro. Hello and welcome, everybody, to You Can't Sit With Us. I am Hexus Daemon. This is Akia Daemon, and that is Mother de la Mort. And we are back from our summer break.
I'm Akia, not Akia.
Akia! Hey,
Akia!
Are you feeling
wild?
Are you feeling wild right now, Akia?
Wild Earp.
Because I am Wild Earp, and this is Wild at Heart.
By the way, it's Dizzy and I that are planning a special.
Oh, okay. Now that you're a little bit more specific, because, you know, I thought we were doing that.
Hey, you know what? We could do a seance. We could talk to him. I mean, we've learned from plenty of people in the past on our network that you can totally do it.
Yeah.
And
we're not going to do it for money like the other psychics did on our network.
lesson learned.
See, I still like what was it that what's his face did where you hold the card up to his head? The great
the talk show host. Oh, Johnny Carson.
Johnny Carson.
The great late Johnny Carson.
The great Swami or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What was it? One of the things was like snowy, expensive, and all of a sudden Ed McMahon was like cocaine or something like that. I'm kidding.
She hit the bottom rung with me. Oh, did not.
All right, guys. So just to let you guys know, this is our podcast. I know we said we were going to be going to one place only, and I said screw it. It's the first episode back. We went to every place.
To go everywhere.
Well, because we're doing an exciting topic tonight. What are we talking about, guys?
The Manson family.
Charlie.
the dance revolution champion of all time. Charles Manson. He died.
Wish we could play that.
He died.
Here.
He died 5 miles away from my house. Our house, sorry.
When I first moved up here, he was in the hospital about to expire. And about like a month later he passed?
No, he passed before you moved up here. It was yes. We were talking. No, we just started talking because my ex was still living here and he died.
We went by there though.
I showed you the hospital.
We went by there when he was still there.
Okay. It wasn't. He was dead. He died a few weeks before.
Well, I do remember when they sold squares of his shroud, his death shroud that they laid over him before, I guess, they took him to the morgue or whatever. It was selling for like $50 for like a little square like that.
The Museum of Death in Hollywood has his whole, they have a whole room or corner dedicated to him. It's a huge corner too. They have his blankets that they've made. They have his prison uniform, everything.
Let's talk about those blankets.
Yes. Oh, real fast, guys. Before we get into this, we are doing the podcast side of things. So when we'll get to your comments when you pay us.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hi, Kisa. Hi, Dustin. Hi, Purgatory. Dizzy.
Purgatory.
Hello. So yeah, we'll get to comments
when you pay us.
Maybe at some point.
Maybe when you pay us. I'm just kidding. You don't have to pay
us. If not, we'll give everybody chlamydia.
Yes.
So I'm going to start with a couple things real fast. Trigger warning,
Manson
guys.
liked chlamydia.
He did.
He's trying to
Manson liked chlamydia.
Yes, I am.
Manson loved chlamydia. Scabies too.
He was the chlamydia cult.
Trigger warning, guys. Trigger warning. Also, under the fair use, another author may make limited use of the original author's work without asking permission pursuant to 17 U.S. Code 107. Certain uses of copyrighted material for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, including multiple copies for classroom use, scholarship, or research is not an infringement of copyright.
So fuck off.
Yeah.
Also,
yeah.
Warning. The related content may be disturbing some individuals. And I said all those warnings because I'm about to say a word that people hate.
Penis.
Chlamydia.
Swastika.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
He did swastikas on his blanket.
I'll tell you what, Charlie Manson was crazy.
He was insane. We saw his blanket and we're looking at it for a while. And we were like,
they had him all over.
Those are fucking swastikas.
Dizzy vagina.
Vagina. Well, since I did this.
Giza.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's okay. If you can't type, I usually speak bad typing. It's cool. Hey, if you have to pass out, go sleep, as long as it's, good kind of.
I have a California education, so I have no grammar. No grammar.
Edumacation.
If it wasn't for Chat GPI or GP, whatever, I wouldn't be able to write a book at all.
I have a feeling.
Well, I wrote some novellas and then I wrote a few poetry thingies or something and read them online and stuff. And yeah, I didn't get any views.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no. We've experienced that.
I mean, I looked at my own stuff and that gave me a view.
I bought stock in ping pong.
And oh yeah, we bought a house on Swampland in Arizona too.
Mhm. They
Totally.
promised us that eventually it was going to be oceanside property.
Oh.
So
When
5
the
years,
fault-
man. 5 years.
When
yeah,
the fault finally
That's what they've been
cracks.
saying for the last 30.
Exactly. 5 more years.
5 more years.
you know, I gotta say, Pismo looks about the same as when I was 5.
Yeah. That whole
Did you say
rising.
Gitmo still looks the same as when you were 5?
Pismo.
What were you doing when you were 5?
Well, you know,
you really President Bush really didn't like you when you were a kid, was it? Isn't that what it was?
It's
You're going to
straight
Gitmo.
to Gitmo. No timeout for you.
Pismo. It's a beach out here where the sand feels like baby powder under your feet.
Ooh.
It is amazing.
Yeah,
and they have amazing clam chowder.
Mm.
And when I was
Does it still feel like baby powder though when you go to rub on the suntan or sunscreen?
No, it feels like glass.
No, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I mean, let me tell you, this place, when I was itty bitty, I used to go fishing off of the pier with my great grandpa, and we would just fry up these little red snappers.
Ooh, that
It was
sounds
so good. And then you can, if you get out there early enough in the morning, you can pick up sand dollars.
I'm not old enough for the names of fish. I'm going to tell you this right now. Not old enough at all.
Here we go, guys.
Here we go.
All right, so let's circle back around. You know what? Since, like I said, I brought people stuff.
Yeah.
We might as well just get through them real fast.
Kisa, viewer
Kisa,
discretion.
viewer discretion is advised. Yep. I have a Southern education. It's still better than California. We're the bottom 5 percentile. Share it out. Thank you. I bought oceanfront property in Arizona. Bill Hicks, Arizona Bay. Hey, Alan. How are you?
Hey, Alan.
Bill Hicks was one of the best comedians of all time. Completely awesome, man. He was such a good comedian. But sorry.
No, I was just thinking. I was like, I miss Robin Williams.
Yeah, I do miss Robin Williams. He was tragic. Very tragic.
I'm still sad about that.
I don't think America's laughed ever since he died.
Pretty much, dude. I think when he passed, that was it. That's when everything went nuts.
Yeah.
He was the glue holding us together, damn it.
I don't know. I'm hard pressed between him and Bowie. I was truly devastated when Bowie died.
I cried like a little baby when Robin Williams died.
Yeah.
And we no longer have Bob Saget.
Yeah. Bob Saget was a bad one. That was like that made me sad when Bob Saget died, because it was what he hit his head, wasn't it, when they finally did the autopsy that he passed out or something?
I'm sure he would be okay with me making this joke.
I'm pretty sure he'd be okay with anybody making dirty jokes.
He went ahead and bumped his head and couldn't get up in the morning. I'm pretty sure he'd actually applaud that one. So thank you.
God, I need a stuffed animal that's a squirrel so I can hold it up when we squirrel out.
And Betty White. I got a stuffed little.
I got a Godzilla.
You don't need no fucking squirrel. Oh, Bob Barker.
Yeah.
Kisa said Bob Barker. So.
Sinead O'Connor. Yeah, Sinead O'Connor, man. I'm just bummed. I'm just all around bummed, man.
The world's fucked, and we're here to talk about fucked up shit. And
yeah, we
And
are.
chlamydia.
And chlamydia. A beautiful flower.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too.
Yeah.
Okay, one more squirrel moment and then we'll get going. So one of our friends posted an AI rendering of what was supposed to be a live action Fern Gully. And all I could respond with is, I'm so glad this is AI because no, and no.
Oh,
You can't do it.
you
You
wanna
cannot
know-
do it.
the biggest got you moment I ever had was Nintendo. Nintendo back in 2007. I got my first laptop in 2007. Then I was going to Taft College at the time, and they had Wi-Fi up there, and I lived way out on the farm. It took me at the time 45 minutes to get into town because I lived really far out of Bakersfield. Really, I was definitely living in the hinterlands. I was definitely a heathen. So I go up there, and it was I want to say the E3 just happened, or what are you?
I was putting mine up.
Oh, okay. Sorry. The lights came on. I got distracted. And then all of a sudden I was like looking stuff on YouTube, and I saw this thing for live action in the Legend of Zelda movie. And I was like, okay, this is going to be one of those fan made things. And at the time, YouTube was just, I think it just started in 2006. It was only around for like a year. There wasn't much to it. And I was like, it's going to be some stick figure thing, people making fun of it. Nintendo put out a legit teaser trailer for the Legend of Zelda movie. They went through the entire thing. I'm sorry, it was April Fool's. It was April Fool's. And they put out this whole thing for April Fool's. It was like this detailed Legend of Zelda like trailer. And I was like going ape shit over it until the very end when they said April Fool's. And I was like, you bastards. You bastards.
Oh my God, they killed Kenny.
With
you
the
bastards.
But with the Super Mario movie doing so well, like I am very much expecting a Metroid movie and a Legend of Zelda movie coming out. Nintendo Studios is awesome.
Well,
Yeah.
I really liked. I mean, I know it's by Marvel, but the latest
Dying.
Spider-Verse that was awesome. Just
That's
the visual. Have you guys seen it yet?
I haven't seen. I love the first one. That one is
Oh my God,
specifically.
the second one is amazing.
That's Sony Marvel though. There is a difference between Disney Marvel and Sony Marvel. So, but yeah,
Well, this
Sony.
is, just the visuals alone, like it had to have taken them a long time to draw that one.
For me, Sony can't do wrong with the Spider-Verse, but with Venom, with them, their plans.
Except
of doing
Eminem's rap sucked at the end of it.
Yeah, it did. But the Sinister Six stuff they want to do, how they basically were like, no, Disney, you can have Spider-Man, we can lease him out to you and all this other stuff, but you're not gonna make him all woke and all this other stuff. He is straight up Spider-Man no matter where he goes.
You know what?
Yeah.
One of the saddest moments was when he started disintegrating.
Mr. Stark.
Oh,
I don't feel so good.
I still can't watch whatchamacallit, Endgame without bawling.
Oh, yeah.
What?
We were sitting there with his mom and she wasn't paying attention and she
Every
looks
time I watch
over
it-
and we're both on the couch sobbing like little babies because, you know, the part.
They did such a good job of putting Tony Stark, Iron Man, in every one of the movies to where when he wasn't in a movie, you knew he was there somewhere and that if things got so bad, he would show up to save the day. Because it was so integrated that when I saw Endgame and he dies at the end, saves everyone, I didn't realize how much I cared about the character, how much I thought about him with every one of the MCU movies up until that point. And every single time I watch it, because Robert Downey Jr. is one of the best actors of all time, if not top two.
Right.
He did such a good job with that I was like, I can't see this character go.
Your dad liked cheeseburgers too.
Yeah, he did.
No, I'm not your dad,
Oh, wait.
but yes, your dad liked cheeseburgers. I'm talking about the line in the movie.
What do you want to eat? Cheeseburgers.
Your dad liked
Happy.
cheeseburgers too.
I was like, no, he's supposed to be here for his daughter. He loved her 3,000.
His mom looks up and we're sobbing.
She's like,
Mind you,
what?
we had already seen the movie a few times. And his mom looks up and was like, why are you guys crying? I'm like, really? Really? Like tears streaming. Both of us are looking at her going, why aren't you watching this?
My mom's on her tablet.
She just
Not
like,
even paying attention
she was
to
like
it.
this the whole time. And she just looks up and was like, why are
We're-
you guys crying?
Like, Iron Man died, and she's all, "You saw it already." I was like, "Yeah, he died again."
Doesn't matter.
But yeah, I screamed and yelled over a fake Fern Gully thing because you can't.
Oh,
Just
I also-
no, you can't. You can't. No.
I also cry at the end of Son of Godzilla every time.
I still cry at the end of SLC Punk.
That's a sad one.
Yes.
That one hit home. That because I think we've all had friends
Mhm.
accidentally die of overdoses, and in the
Yeah.
punks and metal punk community and metalhead community, it's all been there.
Aw.
Well, and it was weird things too. Like I remember a girl, I'm not gonna say her name, but just weird stuff. Because you'd go out and you tag like the train boxcars and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and slip down and hit her head. I mean, just slip down and hit her head. That's it. Boom.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Boom.
It's
Yeah,
insane.
it's nuts.
Speaking of death, speaking of
One more thing from Kisa here before we go. Her husband cried at Armageddon.
yeah,
That-
Michael Bay does it. Michael Bay does it too. I will tell
As much as he ruined Transformers originally.
no, I'm sorry. The first
And Ninja Turtles.
the first Transformers movie, the second Transformers, and third, and the second Ninja Turtles movie was
Mhm.
freaking awesome. Like the part Ninja Turtles Part 2, the Bay Ninja Turtles. He got Rocksteady and Bebop right. He got Krang right. He got the Shredder right. He got all the Turtles right, and Master Splinter and April O'Neil with Megan Fox. Yeah, it was a home run.
Hi, Clark Griswold.
I cry every time Bruce Willis dies.
Hello, Clark.
On an asteroid.
Yes.
I don't blame you. God, that's gonna be another hard death when he goes. Anyway, let's talk about somebody who caused a lot of chaos
Simply by existing.
simply by existing.
All he wanted was
Pussy.
yeah, you said it.
Chlamydia.
Chlamydia.
That's all he wanted for Christmas.
And then he took him to prison and cured him of chlamydia.
Damn it, man.
Never ending story.
Oh,
Disney
yeah.
just got
Oh
me.
yes.
The crazy thing is, though, the story did end because they never made any more books. They never made any
Right.
more movies.
The never ending story ended.
It did end it.
They did make a number 2.
They made another. That was it. I'm sorry.
Like-
They made a part 2, and it was a different actor,
The
and it was
clap.
not good.
So yes, Kisa, bringing us right back in. The clap. They did make 2. They made 2 more movies.
Okay, we got to get on with this.
Okay.
Okay, guys.
This is true. Okay. All right. So from this point forward, we are going to wait on comments. I will star where our last comment is so that we can find the right spot. So, crickets? Or is that supposed to be squirrels? It looks like
I think
that.
that's squirrels.
It looks like
Chlamydia squirrel.
chlamydia squirrels. They
Looks
lost
like
their bushy
chlamydia.
tail.
It looks like bat chlamydia squirrels from where I'm sitting because I'm farther back. I'm sorry, Kisa.
So, I
Word
think
for the day, chlamydia.
chlamydia. The clap.
Chlamydia.
Don't say crack though. You'll get some meth clowns and all that stuff coming.
Hey,
by.
hey! You might end up with
Did you
a
happen to say
juicy woosy pants.
Did you happen to say crack? I happen to have written a story with ChatGPT on that. I don't give a fuck.
So, something that we're gonna get into here. Let's start talking about him. Crazy Charlie.
Oh, I thought I was supposed to say something right there when you paused. I was like, oh shit, I'm about to take a drink of water. What am I supposed to do?
No. Crazy Charlie. So, if you guys didn't know, he was born November 12th, 1934. And when he was born, he was actually not given a name.
Wasn't it like no name?
They called him No Name.
No
On
name
his
Maddox.
birth certificate. No Name Maddox.
That's like an Alanis Morissette song right there.
You know what? Nothing in her freaking song is ironic. It's just unfortunate.
Isn't it unfortunate?
Pretty much.
Didn't Henry Zabrowski say that? And Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell.
I have no clue, but I wouldn't
It's
doubt
not
it.
ironic. It's all unfortunate.
I just remember when I was a kid learning about what irony was because my mom told me none of this in this song is ironic.
Thus, the song is ironic.
The song itself is ironic because nothing in it is ironic.
Can you guys tell that we haven't talked to any of you guys in almost?
Don't you think?
We just want to keep talking and talking.
Exactly. No wonder he's messed up from the start. No name.
Okay.
Yeah.
No name.
No name.
So I'm not going to read all that because that's a whole lot of.
Yeah, I was going to say start off as a child.
Yeah. So
everyone knows who Charlie Manson is. So.
Charles Mills Maddox became his name later.
Mm-hmm.
His biological father appears to have been Colonel Walker Henderson Scott Sr. from Catlettsburg, Kentucky.
You know, it's kind of crazy that all these people had proper names birthed. Crazy people. Look at Gigi Allen and
right?
his father.
Oh my gosh.
Well, there was one article here that said once Manson's mother was pregnant, Scott left on army business and never returned.
Never returned.
Never returned.
Well, so he was actually one of several whom they fought against for a paternity suit. He was one of multiple people that his mother filed a paternity suit against.
Well, she was promiscuous.
Yeah. He worked intermittently in local mills, had a local reputation as a con artist. And he basically allowed Manson's mom, who was 15, by the way. Her name was Ada Kathleen Maddox. She was 15 when she gave birth. And he gave her the impression, just allowed her to believe that he was a colonel. Although it was just merely a given name. He was actually given the name Colonel. That was his first name.
Why does that sound like some weird going back to David Lynch again? The Colonel.
Right?
The Colonel left and he ain't coming home.
Right.
Charlie.
The Colonel left for candy colored clowns. and a weird ether rag.
Where's my son? Where's my son?
Were we talking about that last night? We were on a call last night. And we're all, Aki and me was still. But oh God, I can do anything today as long as I have your seed in me.
Oh God, what the hell is that creepiness?
I don't know, but I can watch that creepy movie over and over again. It's so creepy that I can keep watching it.
I love that movie.
I had to bring it up. Free circumcision, giving away free circumcisions.
We're gonna sound so crazy on the audio side of this. Just like we're reading, and all of a sudden just talking about David Lynch and free circumcisions.
Okay.
And the Colonel.
And the Colonel.
And the Colonel.
Oh, this is Boogie Nights right here.
So when Maddox told Scott that she was pregnant, he informed her that he had been called away for army business.
As he should have been. Fuck this.
After several months, she realized that he had no intention of returning.
Well,
Can we put up that picture I sent you?
You know what would have been awesome?
Where is it?
If he
In
said,
your DM.
Yes.
You know what would have been awesome?
Then say, and the Colonel said he was going away because of army business and he never returned.
I mean, have you seen that thing where it's like, dude, you're just showing off a Chucky doll. You gave birth to a demon. Go put that thing back.
It would totally be awesome if Charles Manson's father was the first father to go away and get milk.
Or cigarettes.
Get some cigarettes. I'll see you guys in a minute.
There's chlamydia eyes.
His eyes never changed, did they?
God. Even at that age, he's
for those listening. We popped up a baby picture of Charlie Manson.
No name Maddox.
No name Maddox.
No name Maddox.
Yep.
Fucking hell, man! That
God, we are getting in trouble tonight. I can feel it in my bones.
Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me.
I'm gonna go away on army business. Damn it!
I need a baby Charlie shirt.
Right. Let's
agree.
Get back on track here.
I agree with this. So in August 1934, before Manson's birth, Maddox married William Eugene Manson, a laborer at a dry cleaning business. Now, can I point out again, she was 15.
Yeah, she was an old spinster. What are you talking about at the time? What am I looking for?
She was 15. And here she is banging her way through town.
Being a little Jezebel.
I would imagine she was probably, for the most part, living on the street. I mean, it looks like there was a Maddox family. Well, I wouldn't even say Maddox family. What was her last name again?
Maddox. Yeah.
Okay, so a Maddox family, but it doesn't look like it was very cohesive.
Yeah. Well, it didn't seem like she had a very good upbringing. Didn't seem like she really wanted to be anywhere near her family. So basically,
well, and you've got to think that time period, like it was to be a sex worker now. I mean, it doesn't hold like what is the word I'm looking for?
It's not the same taboo.
It's not the same taboo.
And it's also
it was back during the 50s.
Dangerous. Yeah. I mean, it's dangerous. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, it's
really dangerous. Really, really dangerous. Don't get me wrong.
Honey, let me tell you about my time on the streets.
Society doesn't look at it the same anymore.
Yeah, it's not the same. It's accepted more.
Well, with OnlyFans and everything now, with how that is, you can literally just do legal sex work.
Well, it's the oldest profession. I mean, it was to a point at some point during probably coming out of like the dark ages that it was seen as a pariah.
Not to go off on like how women can be sometimes.
Whatever, I think it should be legalized. Boom.
Well, look, hear me
out.
Yeah,
I mean, I think it would be better off for the women, and do it like a lot of other countries do, to where you have health care and you have protection and you don't have to worry about the shady underbelly that's related
there's
to,
still gonna be that, but it's not going to be as prevalent, and it's not going to be as much danger with it.
Right.
Why are you laughing back there?
I was just about to tell a sexist joke, and you guys just got all serious, and I was like, "Okay, I need to back away from this because I think I'm about to get in trouble." I was gonna be like, "Isn't it funny how like women basically coerce men with sex into working and then paying them because we were happy before this? We didn't have, we didn't have to work, and then all of a sudden, you guys came along. You're like, hey, I'm willing to sell this if you're willing to buy it. And we're all, damn it, we're going to buy it.
I mean, yeah, well, it's the POP.
The pop?
The power of the pussy.
Oh,
I thought we were getting into the debate over pop and soda again.
Freaking soda. Except for the South, everything's a Coke.
Everything's a Coke.
Also in the San Fernando Valley, everything's Coke too.
That's nose Coke.
That's booger sugar.
Okay, let's get back into No Name Maddox.
No Name Maddox. Here we go.
Dance Dance Revolution champion of 1969.
I still like that girl that did the dance. She's awesome. So, for the record, if we didn't mention it before, he didn't know his bio father. Okay. So to him, William Eugene Manson was his dad. So Maddox often went on drinking sprees with her brother, Luther Elbert Maddox, leaving Charlie with babysitters. Maddox and Manson divorced on April 30th, 1937, after William alleged gross neglect of duty by Maddox. Charlie retained William's last name, Manson, and on August 1st, 1939, Luther and Kathleen Maddox were arrested for assault and robbery. They were sentenced to 5 and 10 years of imprisonment, respectively, Kathleen and Luther. Manson was placed in a home of his aunt and uncle in McMecken or McMechen,
No, I'm gonna think
West Virginia.
it's probably McMahon.
McMecken.
Okay, the edibles kicking in.
And you didn't share?
That's right. There's so many.
Big Nugget. Okay, so he was housed in McNugget.
Yes, he went to McNugget. And so his mom was paroled in 1942. Manson later characterized the first weeks after she returned from prison as the happiest time of his life.
Until she sold him for a pitcher of beer.
Yeah. I think that's what we're about to
I was
read.
so happy till Mom sold me for a pitcher of beer.
I love you, Mom, so much. Where's my beer?
So weeks after Maddox's release, Manson's family moved to Charleston, West Virginia, where Manson would be truant all the time.
Wasn't that the Confederate capital too?
I don't know. Anyway,
The more you know.
okay. Manson was continually truant, and his mom would spend her evenings drinking. She was arrested for grand larceny, but not convicted. The family later moved to Indianapolis, where Maddox met another alcoholic, Lewis
Who'd
Woodson
have thunk?
Cavender Jr.
Sounds like a vendor. Sounds like she's got
Cavender?
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 Cavender Cavender?
Whatever.
Cavender.
Cavender Cavender.
Through, no. Lewis Woodson Cavender Jr.
That's a porno name right there.
Waka, 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 waka. And by the way,
Chlamydia, here we come.
they met in AA. They met through AA.
She's got a pattern. I swear to God, she's got a pattern.
And
who abused you, lady?
well, we went over that.
Oh,
She married him in 1943. Mind you, they didn't know each other very long, but she had a tendency that she just, married whoever gave her attention right away. So,
I'm seeing a pattern with mother and child.
yeah.
The
Oh,
attention.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing. He wasn't given enough attention.
He wasn't.
probably
It was
a
actually
cycle.
kind of sad.
It's probably a cycle. She was probably, I mean, judging by the way she's acting right now and the era, I'm pretty sure obvious. It's very obvious she was abused majorly, probably by family members.
Yeah.
Probably both sexually,
So
physically.
back
all
then,
of
you
that.
didn't talk about. That was one of those things you just did not talk about.
Well, back then it was a slap on the wrist, like pedophilia and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
If someone was they didn't really if you guys want, go back and listen to our episode on what was it Satanic Panic? What was it? I forgot, but I'm sorry, guys. Go back and listen to all our episodes. You'll find it in there
There you
somewhere.
go. You'll find it.
But remember we were covering the satanic sex ring or something like that. With the detectives.
Oh, when we were talking about Queen Victoria.
There you go. Yes, that's what it was.
Queen Elizabeth.
Queen Elizabeth.
Oh, Queen. Well,
It was right
roundabout,
after
that was
she passed.
it was right after Victoria would have been. Yeah.
Yeah.
But prior to that national sex ring that was exposed, it was
mind.
literally like it was just a slap on the wrist. You were released maybe at the most you were held for maybe a year or two. That was it.
Yeah.
If even. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here we go. First offenses. In an interview with Diane Sawyer, Manson said that when he was 9, he set his school on fire.
I believe it. I don't think this man lies one bit.
Manson also got in trouble for truancy and petty theft. Although there was a lack of foster home placements in 1947, at the age of 13, Manson was placed in the Gibalt School for Boys in Terre Haute.
Terre Haute.
Terre Haute. I don't know.
Terre Haute.
Hey, Calvin, you're in here.
It really is Terre Haute.
Terre Haute. Terre Haute, Indiana. Okay. A school
That's
for
where A Christmas Story takes place.
Oh,
That's
you're right.
right.
You're right.
I know
Yeah.
it's familiar.
Terre
I've never seen it spelled.
Oh, we gotta watch the sequel. I have not seen it yet. I heard it was actually really good. I'm sorry.
3 more
scrolled out.
months.
Are you talking about the new one that came out?
Yeah, they.
Or supposed to come out?
I think it was released last year. I never
Okay.
watched it. So
Well, it was a school for male delinquents run by Catholic priests.
we know where this is going.
It was
Chlamydia.
Chlamydia and priest.
It was a very strict school
Well,
where
duh.
punishment for even the smallest infraction
We'll get you a
included
spanking.
beatings with either a wooden paddle or a leather strap. Manson ran away from there and slept in the woods, under bridges, and anywhere else that he could find shelter just to get the hell away from there.
By the way, just to let you guys know, Albert Fish, the
Terre
gray man,
Haute.
he became a masochist because of schools like this. No joke. He loved receiving pain because of this. During his years, his adolescence, when he was actually like coming, or when he was maturing and stuff like that, they were beating him and spanking him. They were flogging him in front of kids. They were doing it in front of everybody and stuff like that. Then the sexual abuse, it literally created a serial killer.
Oh yeah.
And
You know, I mean, I've got, like, I looked up, this is kind of like a little known fact, but touching on what you were talking about, Akia, they were talking in this article about at one point, because he lived in such extreme poverty, that Christmas was like really hard for him. And so one year, the only present he received was a hairbrush from his grandmother. And the sight of the other kids with his toys, you know, playing in the neighborhood and things like that, drove Manson into a rage where he wound up gathering up all the neighbors' toys that he could find, stacking them up on some wood, and then lit them on fire.
oh wow.
Wow, that sounds like somebody that we used to have on the network.
And then he threw a beer bottle at the wall.
Wait, was it the one with the smeared makeup or the one with the like poorly written books or some shit?
Poorly written
poetry. Okay.
Poorly written poetry. What's up, Karan?
Do you want to?
Hey,
We gotta go to comments.
Yeah,
Hey,
we gotta go to
Karan.
comments.
So we're gonna get into comments here. One of the things that I thought I pulled up, but maybe not, but Alan needs a Baby Charlie shirt.
I would like a Baby Charlie shirt, but unfortunately, I think someone owns the rights to his estate and his image and everything.
Probably.
Oh, I'm
that
pretty
falls
sure.
under that. But I would love to have a Baby Charlie shirt.
There's a
I
reason
have
Kind of
why
like a crazy Cupid doll.
there's a reason why like the Museum of Death like keeps being able to get like stuff that was Manson's, and they're probably buying it off someone who already owns it.
That, or they're paying rent for it. A lot of museums pay rent to the owners. For
Oh,
it.
we did. I asked them. I was like, "Do you guys? Is this yours?" And they're like, "Oh no, that we own this stuff. This is ours."
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Paid a pretty penny for it. Oh my god.
Oh, they did.
Ghana syphilar patties. What?
That happens after the chlamydia kicks in
Yes.
That's when you get the scabs.
and the drip. That's when you get the drip, the nasal drip.
Oh yeah, nasal. Sure.
Wait.
Sure,
Yeah.
nasal drip. Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
You get the eye drip.
Oh, that is
It's the drip from the one-eyed snake.
Yes, it is. Bitten.
Once bitten, twice shy.
Never had unprotected sex again. This person, whoever we're talking about, ever. 15 condoms at once.
No name Maddox. That's who we're talking about.
No name. Dizzy. Too bad I got mine at birth. Now I have regrets. I could have got one from you. She was a younger spinster.
Yes.
The
A
spark.
juvenile Spencer.
Wait, what? The spark?
The spark?
I don't know.
You got the touch.
I've met him. He's nice.
You got the power. Sorry.
Now we got to go listen to that after
I gotta
this.
go watch that movie, The Transformers, the movie.
After all is said and done.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Odd Mama mentions the Dark Ages. I think of the medieval times. They want more boys than girls. I think of medieval
true.
times and I just want to go eat while people joust.
I just want to watch Jim Carrey.
I want turkey leg.
I want a turkey leg, damn it.
Turkey leg and a hot baked potato.
Oh, Thanksgiving's coming up and we got a smoker.
I want a Tudurkin. I have never had a Tudurkin.
I heard it's really good.
I can't do duck.
I don't mind duck if it's not overcooked.
I think I could eat a duck if it had a chicken shoved up its butt and it had been shoved up a turkey's butt. I could eat it.
I could.
I could definitely eat it.
I had a duck named Quackers.
Dizzy
once.
says we are very gullible as men for some kitty.
Yeah, I've gone to some to some dark levels of my psyche to get it. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I've met a couple. Slippy says I love eating pops in the morning.
Oh,
Machine Gun Kelly just dates Megan Fox because he thought he would get to meet the Transformers.
I probably, if I was dating Megan Kelly or Megan Fox,
Megan Kelly?
Megan Fox, I would hope I would meet the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and
I'd be staring at her thumb the whole time.
why is everyone freaked out by that? I thought it was cute.
I would be staring at her toe thumb the whole time because it looks like a big toe. That's why I'd be staring at it. It looks like a big toe. Look, she's
right,
gorgeous.
let me go down this rabbit hole since we're talking about toe thumb.
She hides it. She's actually embarrassed by it. So I'm not making fun of it, but I'd have to stare at it.
It does look like a toe.
My mom, when I was 11, sent me to a new dentist. Okay, super nice guy. Oh my god, super duper nice guy. And so they're like getting ready to clean your teeth, and back then they didn't have like all the assistants that would come in and do it. The dentist actually did all the cleaning and all that kind of stuff, or at least he did. It was just a private practice. And so I was sitting there talking to him, and so I'm laying back. You got your mouth open. You don't have a TV to watch back then, so you're just kind of staring around. He had a thumb that looked like a big toe, and the fingernail looked like a claw that came right out the top of it. And all I could see was this thumb coming towards my mouth with this long claw on it, and my eyes were just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And all I could think of is my mom going, "If you don't have anything nice to say, you don't say nothing at all."
Okay, considering that I heard nude dentist when you said it, I was like,
whole new meaning.
New.
My mom sent me to a nude dentist.
Excuse me?
Who had a claw for a thumb.
Dizzy said, because she's hot, then you see the thumb toe. If she has a toe, where is it? If she has a toe fetish, she could just suck her thumb.
I was thinking the same thing, man.
And she says, I love seeing all y'all smiles.
Yay.
Yay.
We love you.
Yes.
I'm happy to see all these people back.
Yeah.
Missed all of you.
Guess what's back tomorrow night? We're back tomorrow night. Yeah. I sent it to Prometheus. I was like, hey, man, I got a new intro here.
Gonna have nightmares. Okay.
Oh.
So I'm gonna
I
start.
bet now that everybody goes to the dentist, they're going to be checking out the dentist's thumb.
They're also going to make sure they're not going to the new dentist.
It has a claw for a thumb.
Well, so eventually, let's get back into this. Eventually, Manson actually fled back home to his mom and spent Christmas of 1947 in McNugget, West Virginia.
No name Maddox, living in McNugget.
All the
West
nuggets.
Virginia.
At his aunt and uncle's house. His mother returned him to Gibalt.
You think they had like chicken McNugget flavored moonshine there?
Hey, you know what? I have had. Never mind.
No.
I've had some shine.
So
Or
Tim,
what about chicken McNuggets that have a moonshine flavor?
Ooh. I actually probably eat more chicken McNuggets if
No.
they had a moon. Look, that's a
No.
better taste. For some odd reason, I love chicken McNuggets, but
I
they
love
taste like
chicken
shit.
nuggets.
Well, look, let me tell you something. So my husband, I'm not going to get too much in detail, but he's a maintenance man, and he works at a place where they make certain restaurants, and it's not this. It's like restaurants out in y'all's area, not in this area. And they do their chicken nuggets. And so when they try out a new recipe, they'll do big old bags of these chicken nuggets and they'll send them home with the employees. We have a bag of chicken nuggets so big. I am so tired of chicken nuggets. Please, somebody take these chicken nuggets off my hands.
I always love nuggets.
My old bosses at the pizza place, Rusty's, they also worked at Carl's Jr.'s or Hardee's on your guys' side. So they were management there and they were management over there, and they would work practically 24-hour days, no joke. But they always would come in with their chicken tenders, not like they're good chicken tenders, like bags of it. And we would always have chicken tenders all like on our lunch breaks and all this other stuff from Carl's Jr.'s that they stole from there.
I like chicken stars.
Yep.
What is Hagrid?
Hagrid.
Wait.
What are you?
Hagrid?
What? Wait, I'm not eating haggis.
No. Slippy said I'd also like to watch Akia paint Hexus, like one of those Hagrid women on Alive, possibly.
Oh yeah.
If I can figure out what it is, I will do it.
I'll dress and drag. I don't care.
Oh, is she talking about Hagatha?
Yeah, Hagatha. There you go.
No.
You're right. Yeah.
I don't think that's what he's meaning.
Well, Hagatha's rad. We need to
be more specific, Slippy.
I was watching Hagatha's live earlier.
I am
so glad she's back, because she had to take a break for help. I'm so glad she's back.
Yeah.
She talked a little bit about her health on the feed.
Lost a lot of weight.
Hatred.
Haggard.
Okay, Haggard.
I read Hagrid as in like Harry
the
Potter.
Bearded lady. The bearded lady.
I just thought everybody was referring to the Hagrid with the sorting hat on his junk.
Look, I'm a black metal guy, and
are we gonna do that picture?
Well, I was gonna say we can do whatever, but we've always every one of the bands I love, they all do makeup and all this other stuff. So I have no problem people doing makeup on me, no matter what it is. It's fun.
I painted him as a skull last year for Halloween.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun, but it was hard to get into the beard with it, and it was basically a half face.
Yeah, when I do the beard with the corpse paint and all those sort of stuff, I have to do with blood and all that stuff coming down because it mixes better and looks all nasty and like I just had some pop.
You mean Coke?
I don't even say pop.
Coke.
So, anyway.
At least soda.
It's soda.
So, in Christmas of 1947, Manson went back to his aunt and uncle's house where his mom was, and his mom sent him back to Gibble. 10 months later, he ran away to Indianapolis. In 1948, in Indianapolis, he committed his first known crime by robbing a grocery store. At first, the robbery was simply to find something to eat. However, Manson found a cigar box containing just over $100, and he took the money. He used the money to rent a room on Skid Row in Indianapolis and to buy food.
He was like 14, wasn't he, or something?
Yeah, I think at that point he was about 14.
This is how insanely crazy he is. Like 14.
Well, and the thing about that, when he was incarcerated, I think during that time is when there is notation of him being severely beaten by guards and inmates and brutally gang raped.
Yeah.
Actually,
we're about that has. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you're fine. You're fine.
Well, that's one of that's yeah. I mean, read that and
we'll get there in just a moment, actually.
Mm-hmm.
For a time, Manson had a job delivering messages for Western Union in an attempt to live a life free of crime. However, he quickly began to supplement his wages through petty theft. Mm-hmm. He was eventually caught, and in 1949, a sympathetic judge sent him to Boys Town, which is officially Father Flanagan's Boys Home. It's a nonprofit.
It was one of the messed up ones.
Yeah, it's a nonprofit organization based in Boys Town, Nebraska. Boys Town, Nebraska. There's a place called Boys Town, Nebraska. Well, I know somebody who's there.
That just sounds like an ominous lawsuit just waiting to happen.
I feel like we know somebody who'd be there all the time. But a juvenile facility in Omaha. Okay, Omaha, Nebraska. Well, then, yeah.
Boys Town.
After 4 days at Boys Town, he and fellow student Blackie Nielsen obtained a gun and stole a car.
Blackie Nielsen and No Name Matic. That
Yep.
sounds like a gang.
Yep. They used it to commit 2 armed robberies on their way to the next home, or excuse me, on the way to the home of Nielsen's uncle in Peoria,
Illinois.
Yeah.
Illinois.
Illinois. Nielsen's
Illinois.
uncle was a professional thief, and when the boys arrived, he allegedly took them in as apprentices. Manson was arrested 2 weeks later during a nighttime raid on a Peoria store. In the investigation that followed, he was linked to 2 earlier armed robberies, and he was sent to the Indiana Boys School, which was actually opened in 1867. It's a correctional institution for adolescent boys. It was located on U.S. Route 40, just outside of Plainfield, Indiana. It was running for 138 years before.
And it was haunted. That's how you make a haunted boys' school.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, very much.
I believe it closed, or no, it was at least changed to something else.
Well, this is
in October of 2005.
This is also, I think, one of the famous. This is what movie was it that they made about this? Was it Sneakers or something like that?
I don't know.
It was. I think it was this institution right here that they did. Where the boys. The movie was the 3 boys or 4 boys. They were messing around. They tried to steal like a hot dog cart, and this really happened in real life. They ended up killing the guy because they were trying to keep it from falling down like stairs to the subway, and the guy who owned the shopping cart got underneath it, and it slammed down on him and killed him. So they sent him to this boys' home. I think it was this one, and
Kisa says, "Yep."
The guards would hold them down and like just gang rape them.
Well,
over and over again.
That's what we're getting to right now. At the school, other students allegedly raped him with the encouragement of a staff member, and he was repeatedly beaten. He ran away from the school 18 times. While at the school, Manson developed a self-defense technique that he later called the insane game, when he was physically unable to defend himself because he was not very big in stature. He was like my height and skinny. And
yeah, he wasn't a big guy.
No. So he wasn't able to physically defend himself, so he would screech and grimace and wave his arms and try to convince them that he was insane. After a number of failed attempts.
Little did they know.
Yeah, right? Well, so after the 18 times that he got caught, he was able to escape with 2 other boys in February of 51. The 3 escapees were robbing filling stations while attempting to drive to California in stolen cars when they were arrested in Utah. For the federal crime of driving a stolen car across state lines, Manson was sent to Washington, D.C.'s National Training School for Boys. And it's now known as Fort Lincoln, by the way.
And more messed up stuff happened to him there.
On arrival, he was given an aptitude test, which determined that he was illiterate, but had an above average IQ. Fairly above average, but it was.
He was smart enough even as a boy to like, because he was on the streets for a little bit before all this stuff happened.
Oh yeah.
And he was smart enough to live on the streets.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I'm kind of excited because
Uh-oh. Hey!
Hey! Okay, we lost her. There she is.
What happened?
You disappeared and came back?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I heard it was. I'm kind of excited because click.
Chlamydia passed us by. No, a really interesting piece of information. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh, that's about it.
Oh, really?
He was I haven't gone to the first imprisonment or anything yet. But
okay. Because I got something.
That's the part that goes into your spot here. But yeah, his caseworker deemed him as aggressively antisocial. Wouldn't you be?
Well, duh.
Yeah.
Look at everything.
I mean, my God, his whole entire life was a trash fire.
Yeah.
It all stems back to this. Maybe if he was sent to a better place where he wasn't abused, I actually bet he would probably just be the weird guy, the weird mechanic who makes dirty jokes all the time. That's
Mhm.
that's basically he'd be the fun guy to be around. Did a lot of drugs, had a lot of fun, man. There you
Mhm.
go. But no. You guys completely abused him. And then when people right now, like, if you ever wonder why Charlie Manson acted so crazy, it's because he had to. If he was the little guy that everyone wanted
Mess up.
to mess up,
Yeah.
he was
Rape.
the guy to rape. And so he had to be the crazy guy. He had no
Yeah,
choice.
I mean, I think it went over and above a coping mechanism into an actual survival type
Yeah.
behavior.
Yep. So
Yeah. Oh yeah.
sorry. I didn't mean to go off on a tangent.
You're fine. You're fine.
No, but I think that's really important for the topic that we're talking about, because
Oh, yeah.
he had some serious issues.
And they were created.
Yeah. He's
Yes.
100% a product of the system. That's what his issue was.
The more we do this, the more we learn about serial killers. Although I don't consider Manson a serial killer, but
No.
that's a different part.
And he does look like he had chlamydia eyes when he was a baby.
Yeah. But the more that we learn about serial killers, the more I'm realizing that, just, dude, these people are fucked up because of fucked up parents. Fucked
It's
up
more
people.
nurture issues than nature.
Oh,
issues.
yeah.
Not to say that doesn't happen, but
Well, I mean, like Ted Bundy, there was no frontal lobe damage, no, like there was questions about his like parentage, but
Well,
like
no, he had a pretty abusive father or
He-
father figure.
did, but at the same time, he got out of that and had a pretty good teenage, like
Yeah.
those teenage years. But he
and that goes.
Oh, I was just gonna say he just snapped because somebody denied him.
Actually, they not to go back on that. They do suspect he did kill a couple people while he was a teenager.
He probably did.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
But I'm saying
But-
like he wasn't exactly created like a lot of these other ones.
Right. Well, and that's what I was going to say, because that whole nurture versus nature type thing, that what could be the leading cause. When you say that someone growing up, say in the 50s, because he would have had to have been born early 50s maybe. Bundy.
Mhm.
I mean, what they considered strict back then, we would consider abusive.
Yeah.
And you think of all the hundreds of thousands of people growing up under that type of treatment. If it was all because of that kind of treatment, then everyone would have been a serial killer. So it's like saying that two different people can go through the relatively same type of issue growing up. One of them will come out of it without coping skills and wind up either victimizing somebody else or harming somebody else, whereas the other person just is able to somehow live with it. You know what I'm saying? And not be a threat to society or other people.
Dizzy brings up a good point, actually. Not all of them, though. His uncle, who we've talked about before, he said, my uncle is a sick man. My grandmother was a great woman. So there are exceptions. Absolutely, there's exceptions.
Oh, there are.
Yeah.
I mean, I was thinking of like Kemper, what his mom did to him.
BTK. No, BTK was like, he was not abused at all.
Yeah, but
BTK had a relatively normal childhood, I thought.
Yeah.
I'm talking like there's Kemper, who his mom created the monster.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
It was a self-fulfilling prophecy. What happened?
Mother. Love Dan Cummings. I'm sorry. Every time I think of Kemper's my favorite serial killer, but and every time I think of Kemper now, I think of Dan Cummings. Mother, I'm so angry at you right now.
But then, of course, there's like Richard Ramirez, who had multiple situations, even as an infant,
head trauma
of frontal lobe damage. And then on top of it, his dad started drinking and became abusive. And then on top of it,
his cousin, or was it his uncle?
Uncle Miguel.
Yeah.
Coming home from Nam,
teaching him how to be a serial killer.
All of these, and then
straight up grooming.
That same uncle murdering his wife and handing him the murder weapon.
No, he murdered the wife in front of him.
Yeah,
in front of him. Yeah.
And
go
told
check
him,
our
"Here, take
episode
this."
on Richard Ramirez, guys.
Yeah,
it's on Spotify and Spreaker.
It is. But yeah, I mean, like you've got, and then I don't know if Manson has any frontal lobe damage or had, but
I would
there's
almost bet you
possibility.
he probably did.
All that
Yeah,
abuse, they all, along with the beatings were probably done with batons and stuff like that.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. He probably did. It it amazes me because it actually amazes me how I can feel so bad for these people, even though they did such heinous things.
Well, I mean, when we get to the end of the series, I mean, I know we're gonna like talk about whether we're gonna set with him or not, but I'm pretty much on the side of setting with him.
I'd love to talk to him
I don't
just once.
I don't think he was necessarily a bad guy. Exactly. I think he was.
I think he's a sad person.
He's a sad person.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he was just driven by sex. That's all he wanted. He wanted sex and he wanted
and
connection.
to play music.
Yep.
I would sit with him for the first 20 minutes and then I'm out after that, because if anybody's ever seen any interviews he did while back in the court TV days, he can hold normal for about 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's true.
And then he starts doing the I'm not here. I'm floating around outside, man. You can't stop.
Doesn't it just make you feel rigid?
You know, there was a couple of reporters who actually said that when he was sitting down behind the scenes where they're getting ready and it takes time. He was normal, like just normal. The minute the camera came on, and like you said, it started getting into it, and it was almost like he was commanding and stuff like that from the start. And then all of a sudden, then the crazy would come out. And then when everything was off, he knew it was a show. I think he really wanted.
He needed attention.
Yeah. He needed attention. And he wanted everyone to know that he was crazy.
Yeah.
And it stems from Gabalt and from the National Training School for Boys and the Indiana Boys School and Boys Town and all these places that he was sent instead of his.
Well, and I doubt if he got very many hugs and kisses from his mother. I mean, my God, somebody that can't even take the time to name their own child. I doubt if he was looked after very well.
You got lots of hugs and kisses in the boys' home. Oh, that's fucked up.
That is really fucked up.
He got lots of hugs and kisses later and a couple of cases of chlamydia.
And the clap.
Well, so on a psychiatrist's recommendation, Manson was transferred in October of 1951 to Natural Bridge Honor Camp, which was basically a minimum security institution.
I think we completely went over what Oddmother was going to say. The weird thing that you had that you found.
Let me do the Manson dance.
Sorry.
I got something.
The system is down. The system is down.
So while Manson was in Washington State Prison, do you know how he learned to play the guitar?
No.
With his feet?
Alvin with his claw thumb. He used it as a banjo pick. So he learned to play guitar while he was in Washington State Prison by Alvin Creepy Carpus. Carpus. So Alvin did, and everyone says, who, pray tell, is Alvin Creepy Carpus? Well, he was part of the infamous Ma Baker gang during the Great Depression.
Oh, I heard about this.
His exploits, killing at least 10 people and kidnapping more, earned him the FBI's public enemy #1 designation for a short period. Carpus taught Manson how to play guitar, and they believe that this fueled Manson's desire to be a famous musician and obsession with the Beatles. And I've heard the Beach Boys too. Like he actually, I think, played a little bit with them. He didn't. He wrote not once. Yeah, he did something with them.
He went over.
But they believe without Carpus, Manson's murders may not have ever happened.
Oh wow!
So, before the murders, he had spent half of his life, obviously, in correctional institutions and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But he really did want to be a singer-songwriter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The murders. When we get to the murders, everyone has to keep in mind everything that happens that everyone knows about happened within the span of I think, was it less than a year? And it's like so much stuff. It's crazy.
Well, so get this. He wanted into the music industry, so he got in kind of through a chance association with Dennis Wilson from the Beach Boys, who introduced him to the record producer Terry Melcher. And in 1968, the Beach Boys recorded Manson's song "Cease to Exist." They renamed it. Huh?
Can I do something? Can I do something real quick? And I can only do about 20 seconds of it.
Okay.
Pretty girl.
Oh,
Cease to Exist. This is actually a good song.
I liked
Cease to exist.
That's all I can do.
So the song actually became "Never Learn Not to Love," by the way. That's what they ended up calling it. But they never credited Manson.
Oh, that's yeah. And
but you can find his album, guys. It was, let's see, hold on. Charles Manson, 1968. Lie is the name of the album, and it was by the Love and Terror Cult. You can find it on Internet Archive for free.
Nice.
It's actually not bad. It's actually good. They were
it's actually a decent album. It really is.
They played a little bit more of his music on the last podcast and episode of Manson, and I was listening to it. I was like, oh wow. I was like, Marcus Parks has a point. It's actually good.
It's not bad. Yeah.
It's not.
As we had mentioned before, he loved the Beatles, and he really liked the eponymous album from 1968. And he felt guided by his interpretation of the song Helter Skelter. And that's what he used to describe his apocalyptic race war.
I love the Megadeth line. Everything's helter skelter. It's so good.
Well, and you know the sad thing about talking about that, like I remember when the movie Helter Skelter came out. I'm talking about the 70s one.
Yeah.
And it was actually really good. It scared the crap out of me as a kid. And you can't find it anywhere. I don't even know if you can order it off Amazon. Like they completely took it.
Yeah,
and did away with it.
There's a couple movies that did that too. Disney's what was it, The Song of the South? You can't find it anymore. Yeah, I know it's bad. But I'm just saying,
you know, though I'm telling you, we are about banned things like that because we all really feel like that's up to you guys to judge.
Exactly.
Take information away from people, then you can't make your own assessment. And when you you don't have the ability to make your own assessment, you're very easy to control. So if you are a member of our inner circle and our members club, and you can get into our members only area, Song of the South is in there, as well as a couple of other ones that you can watch.
Yep.
So actually Disneyland up until a couple years ago still had a ride that was based on Song of the South. And a few years ago they took it out.
Yeah.
Or they're at least going. I don't see how they can take it out. Honestly, they have to have just they just have to be redoing it.
The crazy thing is,
it's Splash Mountain, man. You can't take Splash Mountain out of Disneyland.
What you have, what is it? It was like you were saying, Odd Mother, that you're easy to control, but at the same time, when you take the stuff away and lock it up, people don't know our history and stuff like that. We don't know what we went through. So if you don't know what we're went through, we're going to end up repeating it.
Well, and the thing about it is, I can't remember who has said this quote, but the quote is, if you are not appalled by history, you don't know enough about history.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's there for a reason, and it's to learn from.
We need to learn from it. Absolutely.
Yes. So we don't make the same mistake. Because I'll be honest, not to get too political, but I see a lot of people making the same mistake. It's the same issue, just a different flavor and a different subject. And
might.
it's sad. It's very,
might
very
be-
sad.
We might be getting political soon.
Well,
So-
but that'll be on Twitter. That'll be
Yeah.
on Twitter.
That'll be on Twitter.
Let's go to comments real fast.
Sorry.
Dizzy said, "Great minds think alike." Hexus.
Did you see how he spelled Hexus? And did you see what I did to
Yes,
my name?
I know. He did it right. Slippy says, "Tennessee, me. How do you spell? Sound it out. Haggerit. Nailed it.
Haggery.
I freaking love it.
Did you have a cigarette in your mouth when you said that, Slippy?
Please say yes.
Please tell me you did. Man,
Just
right over
lie.
there, man.
I want him to say it with a cigarette in his mouth, barefooted, with a moo on, and rollers in his hair.
Oh, and his child.
No. But they
his-
can't be real rollers. They have to be like
Cheese
Like-
puffs.
toilet paper or something.
No, no.
Like
The toilet
like-
paper ties.
like my grandma used to do in my hair.
He's also got to have a child with a full diaper, no clothes on but the diaper,
Hanging
and
on your leg.
hanging on your leg with a bottle
Wait,
full
wait.
of Coca-Cola.
Push on the soft spot and use it for the ashtray.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
Thank you, Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah. We just got taken down.
Hey, no. That was Seth MacFarlane. Thank you. That was him making fun of Britney Spears.
you laughed at it.
He was making fun of Britney Spears, and she's holding a baby and she's smoking a cigarette, and she's like, "Yeah," on the phone,
So
and she
fucked up.
pushes down on the soft spot and ashed it to it.
Oh my god.
And then she runs and drops the baby.
I laughed so hard. I was like, man, he knows how to be messed up. He does. I thought I was a shit talker, man, but Jesus Christ, Seth MacFarlane is the king.
So Dizzy says, coming in here, y'all help me forget this crap going on with me. You'll never know how much I love y'all
Oh,
and
we love
appreciate you more than you.
Aw,
Well, we love you.
we do.
We really do. We've
Yeah, it looks better. It looked kind of like a weird smiley face there for a minute. Mer, 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 mer. Look at you.
Chlamydia. Dizzy said, I learned in Nebraska, crazy works to scare crazy. Well, it was Nebraska.
Yeah,
Yep.
it is-
Well,
it
you
is-
got to worry about those children of the corn out there. Like, I'd be acting crazy all the time.
you gotta worry about people with squirrel puppets and shit out there too.
It all starts in the home. It does. It does.
I don't give a fuck
Beautiful
anymore.
night. Yes.
Stick my hand right up a squirrel's ass.
Montel.
Mer, 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 mer.
I haven't seen that interview in a long time.
Oh, that's right.
When Montel.
Interviewed Manson, I remember that.
Oh,
That-
did he?
Yes.
Yes.
I love
Yep.
Montel.
I think he's still alive, isn't he?
Didn't he have lupus?
I don't know anymore. Everybody's dying.
No, he has a.
I don't
I
know.
could
he
have
has,
sworn Bob Barker had died, and so did he. He thought that
I
too.
did too. I did. I thought he died years ago.
Yeah, we all were like, "Wait, what?"
99.
What?
Whoa.
I thought he was like 90, like 10 years ago.
Made it.
He made it as close to $1 without going over.
did.
Yodel-hoo, yodel-hee, yodel-hee, yo.
Everyone knows Bob Barker would be laughing his ass off of this.
The price is wrong, bitch.
Happy Gilmore, come on down. Bob Barker.
The best part about that, and I think I said this on Chit Chat too. The best part was that he was actually a black belt.
Bob Barker?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bar Barker?
Yes.
Yeah.
He
Did you
was
s-
actually a martial artist.
Have you seen what
I did not know that.
have you seen how much I don't know how to make this joke. He just cut off a lot of dog balls. I'm too stoned.
Remember to spay and neuter.
Oh, poor puppies.
Remember to spay and neuter your animals.
You know there's dogs dancing on his grave right now. Like there's a lot of dogs and cats dancing in on his grave right now.
even a few mice and stuff, you know.
He's haunted by furry balls.
I'm sorry, Bob Barker.
This comment right here, and probably had some anal seepage.
I imagine Manson did have some anal seepage after.
That is okay. Okay. Another
Hey,
story
I don't know if it's still on there, but look on the back of your Pringles cans. Or is Olean still allowed? Remember they were using that
Oh my
because
god!
it would say that on the back of chip bags.
Yes.
May
Remember
cause
the
anal
Wow?
leakage, and I'm like, oh, I am not
The
eating
Wow
that.
Lays.
I had a friend,
Oh my God, the Wow Lays. My mom went nuts over
I had a
them.
friend in high school when those came out, and he was eating them. Dear God, he shit himself so much, and we were like, I literally had a bag of them. I was like, because they were talking about
That's
it.
the reason they call it Olean. You Olean over.
Oh God.
We were talking about.
Oh God, I'm done.
We went and got the bags, and like I hadn't opened them yet. He was just eating them. Like he was like, whatever, I don't give a fuck. And then like it was like the next a couple periods later. We were hanging out in the quad, and like all of a sudden he just shit himself. And like, I was like, I literally took him out of my backpack and threw him away. I was all, nope, never mind. The shit's
Sorry,
true.
I'm not eating anything that says it may cause anal leakage. No.
There. So I think it's Abilify. I want to say it's like Abilify or Cymbalta. Okay.
Abilify with Cymbalta in it.
One of those anxiety. It's supposed to be a social anxiety medication, but if you
It makes you shit yourself.
yeah, one of
Bad.
It will cause more social anxiety.
the side effects was anal seepage, and I couldn't stop laughing every time I saw that commercial because it was like, get out and live your life again, and it was all could cause anal seepage, and you're like, what?
Look.
Last night we were cracking up because
Oh, wait, I'm
the
getting there.
most common effect, or what was it? The most
The
common
common-
side
the
effect
common
is the
cold.
common cold. What?
Wait, what?
And I was
It's a cream.
okay.
Oh, I know. I've seen that too. I
Where's
think
she
it's for like psoriasis or no
where's
eczema. It's for eczema.
Pinata, and I don't like her voice anyway. She bothers me for some reason, but
I have eczema. I'm kicking this pinata out of the
and
way.
she kicks the pinata and stuff that says itchy or something, and then it's
Here's-
all like the
Here's
most
all my
common side
skin
effect
flakes on
is
everybody.
the common cold, and I'm like
And that's how the Manson cult felt with the chlamydia.
The chlamydia.
the common cold.
Yep,
The common
yep.
cold causes chlamydia.
And you just
chlamydia, rather.
kick that thing right on out.
with
Kick the
pe-
pinata.
Go away.
with peyote, LSD, cocaine, and a little bit of meth.
The punani pinatas.
that's what they called it.
Abilify from experience. Chantix can give you the urge to gamble. I've seen that. If something causes anal leakage, you don't invite them to the pool party.
No.
And the best part is, I want to say it was actually a pool party or some
Oh.
shit in the commercial.
My-
Like
My
she went to a
buddy was
party.
on that- He was on that. My buddy was on that anti-smoking meds. The ones that cause you to
Oh,
like,
I had a friend that was on those things and
Well,
she had to
Nutrin.
come off them. She went nuts.
Well,
yeah.
Butrin is also for bipolar disorder, but they use it for people that smoke both weed and cigarettes, and it will make them violently ill.
Well, not just that. No,
Mhm.
I remember the one that gave you suicidal thoughts.
Oh yeah, no,
Mhm.
that's part of it too.
And like the whole time he was on it, he kept smoking. And I'm looking at her, I was like, hey there, guy. I was like, you feeling suicidal right now? And he's all, nope. And like he's all, I came to him like almost every 20 minutes. He's all, I swear to God, Frank. He's all, I was like, I'm just checking on you. Just don't want you to be suicidal or anything like that. He's all, I'm not suicidal. I don't even think that way. And he's all, I was all right, man. I want to go back inside and have some more beers and listen to metal. I'll be in there if you need to talk.
So-
I laughed my ass off at it.
Slippy said that he had to learn how to talk his way through things to survive on the
Mhm.
streets. The power of manipulation can make a person great, but it can also create chaos. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Kisa about spit her tea out.
Oh, when it was all do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. And I was all like,
The system is down. The cheat is grounded.
we just gave her another snippet.
Hi,
The
Raven.
commercials. Hey, Raven.
Yes, they do. But they did always do it in the French Quarter, but only at a certain restaurant.
The
Frosh
Frosh
Called the
restaurant.
Moulin Rouge.
They have a mint julep.
I love that movie.
But
actually.
honestly,
I did too.
Disneyland's non-alcoholic mint julep is way better than anything. But they always sold it when California Adventure came in. They started selling over there only, and recently they've started selling throughout both the parks.
Can I stop you there for a second?
That's what the Colonel drank.
How can a non-alcoholic mint and julep be better than something that has alcohol in it?
Because it was so good.
Yeah. I get that. It tastes really good. I want to get fucked up.
There we go. Kisa said, or try to rewrite history.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And yeah, exactly.
Look, there's a lot of things I don't agree with like
Michael Crichton's mother.
And no, and you guys are not going crazy if you've ever gone to a wiki and you're like, I've read this subject before, but now this information is completely different. There is a group out of California that has some sort of contract and they're rewriting all that stuff.
yeah.
So no, you're not losing your mind.
No one's losing their mind there.
Yeah.
No, you're not losing your mind.
That's how I found out I'm not allowed at Alabama Adventures anymore.
Because
They have an Alabama Adventures?
Oh dear God, there's banjos and pretty mouths everywhere.
Why am I imagining?
Where's Tyler? He usually pops in by now.
Why am I imagining? Well, Vice was in, so.
Oh yeah.
What is Alabama Adventures, and why I've never heard of it?
I'm imagining the Country Bear Jamboree.
The Country Bear Jamboree, but with more banjos and.
No, that's Dolly World. That's Dolly World.
You sure do got a pretty mouth. Can you squeal?
Squeal like a pig, boy.
Squeal like a pig.
I have nightmares of that movie scene ever since I saw him. Even American History X, that one scene in there. I was like, why?
No, the sidewalk scene.
Well, no, the that was bad, but the rape scene, the prison rape scene in American History X.
Yeah. That was there's a reason for it, and it was a good.
I don't know. I still have to say the sidewalk curb.
Ugh.
Oh man, I just remember. Oh man. No, that was I just love that movie.
Where you can hear his teeth on the ground.
I still love that.
Stop it.
By the way,
Good
guys,
movie.
If you really wanted like an eye-opening movie, that movie is good to watch. It really
It's a very good movie.
It's an amazing movie. It really shows the progression of how people go from being terrible people to being better people. And at times maybe you shouldn't judge people exactly on their past just because someone pointed a finger at them and said to judge them.
Yeah. I mean,
so, not to get all preachy here, guys.
Edward Norton was amazing in that movie.
Yeah.
He was very good in that movie.
The kid who played his brother Daniel, I can't think
Edward
of
Norton. Not Edward Norton. Edward Furlong.
Furlong. There we go. I was gonna say
Edward Norton. Edward Norton in American History.
This is like a really weird Medea kind of thing, but not.
Oh God, could you imagine American History X combined with Medea? That would be great. Look, I hate those movies before, but if they did that, I would watch the shit out of it.
I love the Medea movies.
I actually like the Medea movies.
Gritball.
They went a little too far with so many of them, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, after a while they did, but the first couple were good.
Did I just get kicked out of PBDC management?
That's because you said pop.
I didn't say pop. I meant
Coke. Coke and Gritballs.
Medea reading history books. I don't think we're gonna finish any of this tonight, but that's okay because that's what this is for.
We got a couple episodes of this, and then we got after this. It's all gore.
Do we
Al Gore? It's Al Gore for the rest of Halloween.
I say let's just get to the part where the cult comes together. I mean, that shouldn't be too far. It shouldn't.
No, it's not too far there.
Oh well, I mean, I will skip over his first and second imprisonments because we could talk about that another time. Here we go. Ooh, yeah. Ooh. Less than a month after he was released from prison in 1967, Manson moved to Berkeley.
Yeah.
Which could have been a probation violation, actually. But instead, after calling the San Francisco probation office, upon his arrival, he was transferred to the supervision of criminology doctoral researcher and federal probation officer Roger Smith.
Roger Smith. That's the name of the alien in Seth MacFarlane.
In American Dad.
Seth MacFarlane is smart as shit, man. Like, this is great.
El perro es mi corazón. El gato no es bueno. Cilantro es el... Or was it Encanto? Encante. Cilantro es muy famoso. Cilantro es el hombre comer queso del diablo. I can't sing it.
Totally gonna cut this out, and I'm gonna take
Roger Smith,
and I'm going to have subtitles for you. On
sounds
this
like a
part.
really white golfer.
There he is.
What's up, Tyler? Hey, Shell, how are you?
Slippy had a question for you about the Alabama tours, or what was it called?
Alabama Adventures.
Adventures.
The Alabama.
I don't think he had a
Adventures.
question.
What is
You
that?
had a question.
What
Yeah, I did. I was like, what is that?
So what is Alabama Adventures, and why can't Slippy go there anymore?
Why is it not allowed there no more?
The theme park. Okay.
Oh,
Well,
oh,
so
And
he
why do they sell grits on a stick?
is that real?
No.
I was gonna say.
At
man,
least I don't think it is.
I would
I
be
wonder if
kind
you
of
could do that.
You totally
Like
could.
deep fried grit ball and stick it on a stick.
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you guys right now. I am
Could be fried grits.
Southern because I don't like
Deep
sweet.
fried grits, like on a stick.
I am obviously not Southern. Even though I am trying to move, we were eventually going to move to the South and stuff like that. But I am not Southern because I don't like grits and I don't like sweet tea.
Look. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was born in the South, have lived in the South all my life, and I still prefer cream of wheat over grits.
Yes, thank you. I love cream of wheat.
Wait. He probably showed up to the water park in his one-piece Speedo.
With the slipper out.
but
The slip and slide, the slippy slide.
did he have it up on his shoulders? Was that the issue?
he had this,
pulled it all the way up like Borat.
Slippy had the slipper on his shoulder. What?
I'm
Dear
talking-
God, Slippy.
He just throws it over.
Watch out, ladies. That's how, and then he just handcuffs out of there and the slipper's just dragging on the ground. I was innocent.
Let me just whip this out.
Excuse me.
Excuse me while I whip this out. Now we gotta watch that too.
Oh, I love Blazing Saddles.
Love Blazing Saddles.
Best
Which
movie.
you can find in the members only area as well.
Yes.
Grits and shrimp on a stick. Okay, we had a bad experience with grits and shrimp recently.
No, you had a
I
bad
love
experience.
grits and
I did.
shrimp.
The shrimp
Oh
was
my
not good.
God.
Okay, it tasted good, and then I got sick.
It said grits, and I said no.
Ooh, but they're like spicy. At least they are down here.
Oh,
Spicy with some like
spicy.
shrimp
Yum.
scampi on top. Nom, 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 nom,
If
nom.
you could
If
deep-
you can deep fry butter, you could deep fry anything. That is true. Yes, food is awesome.
They want-
Tomorrow I'm going to be deep frying grits if anybody wants to know.
By the way, guys, go ahead and Google that. Girls suck.
Grits.
Grits.
Is this a He-Man Woman Hater Club?
Girls suck.
I know, right? Yeah.
Girls are gross. Ew.
Girls are gross. I'd rather like Biden's left dimension. I can't read right now.
Fine. Grits suck. I'd rather lick Biden's left dementia nut than eat grits.
I don't know. Biden might like that. He might sniff your hair.
Slippy, and your point is?
You titled me. No. Oh, Biden wouldn't even know I'm down there. He would for a second, then he'd forget it.
Then he'd just think you were a
Either
kid
that or
playing-
he'd be eating his ice cream.
He'd just think you were another kid playing with his leg hair.
Just go ahead and breathe on it there. if you can. Just breathe on it.
You need a
Okay.
shower?
Just
You
go ahead and breathe on it.
My legs are so hairy that when I get in the pool, all the kids always go under the water and slide the
Tickle
hair
my
down.
Leg hair. I did when's lunch?
What?
What nuclear secrets? What?
He'd probably think I'm his son Hunter and protect me.
Hey, that's a bag of Coke there. Go ahead and put that in the closet. They won't
Easter
find
Bunny.
it there.
Joe. Easter Bunny, go help Sloppy Joe.
Okay, I think that. Well,
We've gotten completely off track tonight. All right, let's try this again. So again, he transferred to Berkeley. He got a new probation officer, Roger Smith. Until the spring of 1968, Smith worked at the Haight Ashbury It is
Haight-Ashbury.
Yeah. Haight-Ashbury Free Medical Clinic,
Still
which
there.
Manson and his family frequented through their stay in Haight. Roger Smith, as well as
Wasn't Haight-Ashbury where like Morrison and all them hung out?
yes,
All of it.
Yeah, it's like the really fun place back in the late 60s, early 70s.
And,
right.
Possibly while Manson was there too.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
exactly. He was there. So Roger
Yeah.
Smith, as well as the HAFMC's
Oh, yeah.
founder, David Smith, received funding from the National Institute of Health and reportedly the CIA to study the effects of drugs like LSD and methamphetamine on counterculture movement in Haight-Ashbury.
This is a far out groovy time, man.
Hey, so I gotta ask though, is Haight-Ashbury not there anymore?
It is.
It's all there.
Like you never hear about it anymore.
Oh no, it's beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
Still
It's
beautiful.
it's honestly it's if
As
you
if you're a really white guy.
when I wish we had like when you come down, we'll take you up there, and I honestly with like Tyler and all them coming here, I
Mhm.
really would love to just take everybody on a tour of California.
I wish we really could.
Aside from the politics, California is a gorgeous state. It's
I've
awesome
said that a
there.
lot.
See, I could be there like a month. I'd be running you guys ragged.
Oh, it's,
Neon white.
I gotta
would
see
love
this. I gotta see that.
I would love it. I this whole thing, like what we're doing right now with Tyler, them taking them out there and all that stuff. It's just cool to take people around here because California's rad. Like, but
Well,
politics,
it's
fuck it.
got, which is so weird. Like one of the last section of the United States to be, occupied by
That'd be a long fucking tour.
by white people. It's got so much history.
Yeah,
It's
That's
like Maine. Maine has so much history.
yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We have the fun, scary history.
yeah.
The Watchers.
Maine does too.
On a real quick though, when we went up for her grandmother's funeral up to Northern California, and we were heading to Santa Cruz and stuff, or not Santa Cruz, San Jose. No, Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz.
Actually,
Actually,
we took some of the back roads that Edmund Kemper actually
Capitola.
used, stuff like that.
Really?
Like, it's scary as fuck through there too.
We
It
were
is
actually
neat.
listening to the Kemper stuff while we were going through like all those areas
Yeah,
too.
I was like, babe, let's just turn right here. And I was like, I think this is like one of the back roads where like, because it was going near the ocean where he would throw off the body parts and stuff like that.
Oh
And
my God.
he was active in Santa Cruz, that whole area. What?
I just want to go to Maine. Or I want to go to Maine just so I can see where Macaulay Culkin got dropped off the cliff by his mom. Spoiler alert.
What movie was that?
Well, my
Oh,
stepdad,
oh,
he's from
oh,
Massachusetts,
good time.
right across the bay from Salem. And we used to go up there quite a bit. And it was a really cool place. It was a really cool place. Like I saw the House of Seven Gables because you can
Ooh.
only see it from the ocean. And
Did you
Clipper
see?
ships.
The Home Alone kid. Yes, the Home Alone kid.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I was about to make a Dark Shadows reference, but I forgot like his name. I'm
Who,
sorry.
Barnabas Collins?
Barnabas
The-
Collins?
the his manor. What was it called? again?
Barnaby.
What was the manor
Oh,
called?
Manor.
Oh
something
no,
Wood.
Collinswood. There you go.
Collinwood.
Yeah.
Collinwood.
It was-
Yeah.
I had it ready, and then like I blanked, and then I was like, ah,
Who? David Smith?
David Smith.
But it is a cool place because the small town, it's Marblehead that's across from Salem, and like you go into Marblehead, and there's a section of a building that's cut out because back before the Revolutionary War, I want to say, or was right after, I want to say before, one of the kings of France came over, and he couldn't get his carriage around the curve in the village, so they cut out a section of the building so he could get his carriage through, and it's still like that. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Wow. Oh, so the patients at the clinic became subjects for the research for the LSD and methamphetamines and all that stuff, including Manson and his expanding group of mostly female followers who came to see Roger Smith regularly.
Mm-hmm.
Manson received permission from Roger Smith to move from Berkeley to Haight-Ashbury district in San Francisco. He first took LSD and would use it frequently during his time there. David Smith, who had studied the effects of LSD and amphetamines on rodents, wrote that the change in Manson's personality during this time was the most abrupt that he had observed in his entire professional career. Manson also read the book Stranger in a Strange Land, which is by Robert A. Heinlein. Robert Anson Heinlein. It was inspired by the I do not know. My brain is not working anymore. It was inspired by the free love philosophy that was coming up in Haight-Ashbury during the Summer of Love. And Manson began preaching his own philosophy based on a mixture of Stranger in a Strange Land, the Bible, Scientology, Dale Carnegie, and the Beatles.
Can I say something here?
Of course.
Okay. So the funny thing about it is that Charles Manson considered Scientology too crazy for him after attending 150 hours of class.
Right.
Just saying.
Right? How crazy does that shit have to be for Manson to be like, that shit's crazy?
And I am not shitting you that when he was in prison, he read and he says that he feels like, or he said that he felt like a lot of his charisma came from a book by Dale Carnegie.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not shitting you, How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Yep. Well, because he was he was the guy that did the lectures on self-improvement and salesmanship, corporate training.
It's still like a well-known book.
Oh yeah. And it was written in like 36.
Okay, guys, can we start back over again? Because I missed everything.
Nope. It was written in 1936.
I had to get a drink of water.
And it's still used.
Mm-hmm.
Like people still read it. And yeah, it was about public speaking and interpersonal skills and corporate training, salesmanship, self-improvement, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So getting into the Scientology aspect of it, Manson actually began studying Scientology while he was incarcerated.
Mm-hmm.
A fellow inmate, Lanier Rayner, actually introduced him to it. And this was in July of 1961. So Manson listed his religion as Scientology at that point. So a September 1961 prison report argues that Manson appears to have developed a certain amount of insight into his problems through his study of this discipline. Another prison report in August of 1966 stated that Manson was no longer an advocate of Scientology.
Well, duh.
Upon his release in 1967,
That's too crazy for me.
Yeah,
that shit's crazy.
Manson traveled to LA.
If I haven't seen it, it's news to me.
So, in 1967, Manson traveled to LA where he reportedly met local Scientologists and attended several parties for movie stars. He completed 150 hours of auditing. And his right-hand man, Bruce Davis, worked at the Church of Scientology headquarters.
Got him to sit down for 150 hours. That man is a magician. That man, he can herd cats. He can herd cats. He is the one. He's beginning to believe.
Oh.
Can you imagine that? He got him to sit down for 150 hours of bullshit. That's what got him.
That's probably why Manson said, this shit's too crazy for me.
He got me to calm down. Fuck this shit.
Right?
I want chlamydia, damn it.
I don't want like stability. I want crazy and LSD.
Right. So do we want to get into the San Francisco followers now, or do we want to?
I say we wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
Personally, because we're almost at 2-hour mark.
Yeah.
So next episode we're gonna start talking about his followers, and we're gonna get into the actual Manson
We're gonna
Manson
get
family
elbow deep into chlamydia, guys.
Ugh. I imagine it has the consistency of custard pie with the graham cracker crust.
I was looking for my rubber gloves to snap, but I can't.
My brain's all tapioca.
Natalie, it's too late. We all got chlamydia now.
Sounds tasty.
Elbow deep in chlamydia, guys.
Oh, Sykes is back now. We're just about to be done.
Oh man.
You can rewatch it, Sykes, or you can listen to it on Spotify or Spreaker.
What about the clap god? We were talking about him the whole time. Got jelly brains. Yeah, so next episode we're going to start getting into the followers. And so you're going to hear a little bit more about the girls and their singing and basically
I love that song.
You're going to hear a lot of him saying pussy a lot. That's one of his favorite words.
Also, guys, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game that came out, if you play as Sissy, she sings all of their songs.
Yes.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, we will talk about Sharon Tate. We will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely. We have to get through all the childhood and like leading up to it before we can really talk about
You know,
the
if
nitty gritty.
If you guys want to watch a
Yeah.
good movie about Sharon Tate, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
That was such a good movie, and it was a
I
good.
loved that movie.
It was a great what if.
It was a great what if.
It was.
And it was a great send off for her for what. Like,
Yeah.
it really showed like how much Quentin Tarantino likes her. Like,
Yeah.
I love Quentin Tarantino though. He's a freaking awesome director and writer and everything. But yeah, that was a great.
He wrote
movie.
my favorite movie ever.
By the way, and also too, the same guy who plays Charlie Manson. What was the TV series that was about Charlie Manson on like Fox or something?
Oh
Mhm.
yeah,
He also plays Charlie Manson in the movie.
yeah, and
He did a good job. But I
Yeah.
loved Once Upon a Time
It's rigged.
in Hollywood.
Yep. Oh, it's sad. He's got one more movie he's gonna do. Is what he said. And
Really?
no, he's done. No more Quentin Tarantino. That's another thing. We're here in right over about an hour away from us in Lancaster.
Mm-hmm.
From Dusk Till Dawn, the opening scene was filmed there at that.
and the church.
The church scene from Kill Bill.
Kill Bill,
was
yeah.
filmed there
Mhm.
too. Yep.
And let's not forget Death Proof.
Yes.
I absolutely love
Oh,
Death Proof.
Dear God,
I've got a Death Proof lunchbox.
My mom loves Kurt Russell.
True
and
romance.
she was talking about how much she loved Kurt Russell because he always plays a good guy.
And she saw him as a bad guy. She's
Then
like,
I
I
go-
don't like this too
And then
much.
I go, oh really? I was like, so you want to watch Death Proof? And she's all, yeah. I was like, oh, he plays a stuntman in that. And then we
He
showed
does
it to
play a
her.
stuntman.
She goes, on top of him being a bad guy, he's a pussy too. I was like, yeah, he very much is.
Uh-huh.
I was like, and he did it. He played it so well.
He did.
No, my favorite movie from that Tarantino wrote is True Romance.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Such a good movie. Favorite movie hands down, honestly.
hmm
But yeah.
All right, I think we're done. About to get out of here. Tomorrow night we're on we're doing Roots with
We're on
we're on I think we're on with PBDC or something like that.
what?
Ping pong balls.
We're on ping pong.
Bing bong.
He was playing ping pong and ding dang.
The handle? That's not too bad.
Nope.
Nope, not the handle.
Been shitting pancakes ever since.
Damn anal leakage.
I'm all messed up, man.
If you have to ask, you can't afford it.
Oh, looks like we got a regular old sausage fest here. Huh?
Bing
My
bong.
favorite movie is Beer Fest. I can quote it while we're watching it.
All right. I'm
Tomorrow
the same
night,
way with
Ruth
a few
Lee
movies,
Red.
though. But yeah.
Joachim Kroll,
With some special guests.
a prolific
Exclusion.
Later.
ejaculator. He was the ejaculator. We're redoing that episode.
No. He is
We're talking about eyeballs deep, guys. Eyeballs deep.
Deep. Wristwatch is up in the air while you're walking through it. It's gonna be.
I imagine it smelling like when those trees all bloom.
Oh gosh.
Some trees that
We have some that do that. Yeah.
Bartlett. They're called Bartlett pears. They don't actually
Mhm.
produce pears. They're an invasive species.
Privet
And
does the same thing.
Walking by
down
them,
here.
oh, they're all over California. They're all over Southern
Nice.
California. And walking by them, you're like, "Where's the used condom? This is disgusting."
There's a
Blues
neighborhood.
bushes.
There's a neighborhood I walk a bunch of rescue dogs in, and every spring, oh,
The trees are in bloom for you.
Wait, the special guests are ejaculators? This show rocks.
Yes.
Colin shit. Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, we have special guests. Guess I'm just gonna have to rename them that.
Let's call them tomorrow when we talk to them.
All right, guys. I'm gonna find our outro and
Top one. Top.
very top.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.